Alright, sadly Derp is lost in action.
World's worst players.
Sidetracked by real life. Sadly seems like it. So let's begin with this group. I mean, worst case scenario, we're just gonna have a shorter session.
Also, Cap, you have no right to speak as someone who's late by like an hour or 30 minutes all the time. Okay,
I've been working on it. I've been very consistent.
I don't see any fucking fruits of your labor,
late.
motherfucker.
I haven't been late until today in a very long time.
Okay.
In fact, I've been very early recently.
I can only remember the last 2 weeks that you were.
As a side note, you still need to load into the foundry.
Oh yeah, that's right. Don't do that to me. Do not do that to me.
Where are you? John Travolta meme. Where the fuck you at? Changing my quote unquote pronoun.
Oh, I found out that Roll20 has like lower, like similar but lower capability modifications like Foundry does. So I've been experimenting around with those in my free time as well.
Neat. Sorry. Oh.
Be on a bit. Okay, that's good. I guess I got sidetracked by one more thing that I'm handling on different Discord. And by handling a different thing on different Discord, I mean the VR thing I'm having later. Okay, fuck. Sorry, apologies for being distracted. I know a large portion of this last session was pretty flexible in terms of timeline, as we're doing downtime stuff. And I know there have been some plans being made in regards to Warforged and whatnot, the Colossus. I'm basically trying to figure out, remember, if when the ship comes by, because as a reminder, the City of Hope got emissaries, visitors from another bastion of light, as it will be soon revealed. And I'm just trying to think, at that point in time, would the Colossus be present at the outskirts of the city, meaning it would be visible from the port because it's a large fucking thing, or not. What do you think, as players, not player characters, but like players?
I don't really have an input. I mostly because I really struggled to stay focused last session, and so I kind of missed a lot. I did my best to keep up, but I'm not quite grasping the Colossus as a whole.
All right,
So apologies
fair.
about that.
that is fair. So if you do not mind, if you're fine with me making like a DM call on this, I will say that by the time the ship comes by and you have emissaries arrive, the Colossus is present not in the city because the architecture, the way the city is built is not large and wide enough to have Colossus just walk by without causing massive collateral damage. So that it is on the outskirts, specifically standing guard by very close by the second tree of light, of light, aka the tree of Chivis, as some of you are calling it. Sorry, I'm still trying to refocus my brain because there's a lot of planning, talking about ideas. I definitely remember that the plan was that when the dwarves fix, or either they or with your assistance, they fix the drill on their tank, they will get a seed as a gift, and then hopefully surviving return trip. They survive the trip back home, so that you will get fast travel point between City of Hope and City of Iron Spark. And yeah, now that the ship of I put it in as the icy bound ship docked at the unused for a long while port, and its inhabitants crew armored humanoids coated in wearing coats, furs, armor, horned helmets. They show up and step out, offering greetings to fellow survivors of the war and warriors. I have one question to the player characters that I assume when instead of assuming, I will ask a second question then. When the bell started ringing, indicating that yes, there is an alarm, did your characters react, and are your characters present at the port observing
I'd
the
be sprinting.
arrival?
Yep.
I'd be on tier, clapping my way over as fast as possible.
I think I asked and
Ibram has to slow walk so he doesn't accidentally kill someone. It is the city after all, and this is the only place where he has to choose to be reserved in his movement.
yeah,
But he'll go there.
I vaguely remember I might have asked similar question at the end of last session, because that is happening very shortly after the funeral, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so seeing the arrival of, and now visual confirmation that there are other survivors from another Bastion of Light, and now that this will be a common. Basically, by the time before another pulse arrives, you are sure like the news will spread throughout the entire city. What are your character's thoughts when you observe the situation, if you have any?
I think my boy would be overthinking. I think he'd be like, a million thoughts a second, like, are they here to be hostile? Are they here to assess our weapons capabilities? What the fuck's up with this?
Ibram,
Did their bastion fall? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Ibram would clasp your shoulder and go, "No matter the issue, if it should be a threat, we shall slay them."
I mean, he's probably not saying this out loud. He just has like the autistic, like emotionless.
I feel like he's been around you enough to notice the difference.
He's like the overthinking face. Yeah.
He's just like, quit it and stop it. I'm here. We kill them if they're an issue. Okay, that is the answer.
Give you like a small smile, like a thanks.
Oh yes. Also, Dolan. Can we have tea later? I have a small situation I'd like to discuss.
Of course.
Now you're overthinking about the situation. Character.
I was gonna say Rakomo isn't thinking, and when he looks at the boat, he just hears the sound of seagulls in his head.
Yeah, I was gonna say like other thoughts are okay. So basically, smooth brain.
No, smooth brain implies that he can't think. This is just the visual impression he gets from a boat. It's just like.
All right.
There's only.
All right, and between the sessions I've been thinking about this, and I will have now this question to players: how involved, engaged would your characters be? Because if this is something that you basically leave the NPCs to handle, basically the entire diplomatic meet and greet and discussion, and you are just simply observing the situation in the background in case shit goes down. I'm thinking that either one, because I'm not good at it, and two, you probably would not find it as interesting. I rather not roleplay as two NPCs discussing with one another for too long.
Oh yeah, isn't that great? When the DM has to also narrate to themselves the DM between two characters.
Look, I am not Matthew Mercer that managed to fucking make scene compelling between. I'm trying to remember how many NPCs were active in that one scene during the
I was just making a point where it's like you can't expect to be able to do that. That's really hard to accomplish.
Why do you think I don't like my party having NPCs in the first place? I fucking hate that shit.
Am I the only one who likes that shit? Because I run campaigns with only one player in that.
No.
I'm like, we're both gonna play multiple people.
I mean, if you have one player,
and it's mostly just gonna be one of us.
That's different expectation. Like, you set different expectations and tone. Like with like regular parties, I'd say like maybe if I was a better voice actor and DM, I would have probably managed to pull it off to make it interesting. But like for your characters, what's important, I think, to say is that shit doesn't go down. Like from what you are hearing, what gets to your ears from the discussion, that they are up and about. They are heartened to see that there are other survivors, and that they almost lost hope before they managed to spot like the beacon of light on the horizon. And they mean not the like literal beacon, but the fucking tree of light, which is also quite big.
So have they made landfall at this point then?
I mean, yeah, essentially how it ended is that their ship arced, like docked, because you do have like a port site, can actually like port facilities that have not been really used, but they are not in ruin and
I
they
was about to
can't
say,
be
how
used.
fucking rotted is that shit?
Break out the wood reinforcements now. We need to.
I mean, look, just because something wasn't used doesn't mean it has been like allowed to fall into complete state of ruin.
That's fair. That's fair. The dock worker's like, oh hell yeah, I'm getting paid by the city for this shit. Ain't no one even using the dock. Hell yeah.
And then a boat rolls up. I have to
What
do
the
work,
fuck?
this is when everybody realizes like the crew of dock workers just doesn't know how to do their job, and they've just been hired by lying this whole time.
They're just letting the guys on the boat do everything. They're like,
It actually wasn't a full crew of dock workers, just one dude that had like this section of the city to look after. Basically,
one civil
yeah, you can
engineer.
go with like your memes. Essentially, for real, like it has been handled more smartly than that.
I'm
Oh.
sure. We're just joking.
Yes.
It's just a really funny thought, you know.
Yeah, Sidarin is struggling with many things, but when it comes to micromanaging human resources, he's like a professional Tropico player.
Oh my god, no. Did you just make a reference to Tropico?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, this man's smart. Holy crap. He might give Dolan a run for his money.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Sure.
Okay, because I don't want to fucking give like completely boring lore dump. If your characters are listening in, they are not really whispering, so they're especially the guys from the Bright Glaciers. They really do not have indoor voice. They are very boisterous, and I think I described the main guy with a long braided beard. He is like the closest analogy I have is to Brian Blessed. Like he's not screaming, but his dialogue would be written in all caps. So it's not hard to listen to. So I'm basically thinking like to you as players, what sort of information would be what you would try to listen for, I guess.
I am
Question.
as close enough as required to receive all of the lore. I would like all of the lore, please. If need be, I will send like an arcane eye. And read lips. I'll do it.
I mean,
So
I'm just gonna back up the people who need him. I'm just gonna walk up there. I'm gonna be like, "What's up, big, strong, tall man right here."
Okay, so quick bullet points from the initial like exchange of information, because Sidarin and Captain are also like curious. They do explain that yeah, they come from the city of Bright Glaciers. That's the name apparently. The city exists amongst like very icy, cold land, and they are like very, very close to the not North Pole exactly, but not sure if you look too closely at the picture of the map. Not your characters, but like players. But there's the ice cap. Hello there.
Oh.
But the ice cap is quite far, and they are close to it. They also say that they are not the only ship that ventured out. But they are the only one that remains. They sailed with 4. 2 of them they know for sure that have been lost. And 1 is missing. Yeah. They are the only one that managed to reach here. In terms of their objectives, they say they yeah, they wouldn't hesitate. Basically, they say that they went to explore, guided by the visions of one of their oracles, aka shamans, because I think like spiritual thing was a big part in Viking culture.
Oh yeah, 100%.
However, when they explained a bit about objective, anyone listening in closely can make insight check.
Observing. Oh, observing really, really well. Super well.
Observing decently well.
I mean, I'm up in the middle of it. I'm like, invite me to the conversation.
Alright. Yeah, those of you that rolled 20 or higher, you can tell they are not yeah, Abraham, like, yeah, they are not lying. Everyone else that rolled 20 or higher, you know they are not lying, but they are not telling everything either.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
Would I have noticed that they're hiding something with that
No.
19?
No.
Okay.
For you, they are like up and about.
Go look at Dolan.
I look at Ibram.
I like these guys.
I'm glad.
What about you? What do you think?
I think that we should approach friendship cautiously, but we should seek it out.
Caution? I don't know the word caution. That's not in my vocabulary.
I know, that's why you're not speaking to them very much.
No, yeah, he'll respect it and just be on alert.
Yes, and throughout various pleasantries and basic exchange of information, Sidorin does ask, like, at this point that they found City of Hope and managed to reach shore, what would be their next step. And they do say that if they can benefit from Hope's hospitality, they will greatly appreciate it. And basically I'm saying that either through barter, trade, or maybe offering services, they would be liking to stock up on supplies, as they are running low and they are not sure if they will last to reach back home. And they basically at some point they would have explained that considering the number of pulses when they sailed out from their home to now would accumulate to 2 months.
Damn.
Okay.
And they do explain that it's not like they were like constantly 2 months like in the sea, on the seas. they were able to like reach shores from time to time, but always like in the darkness, devoured wasteland, like seeking something, exploring, but yeah, it took a while. Not to mention that the seas are dangerous.
Yeah. Damn.
And so, seeing no reason not to, Siderin does formally greet them into the City of Hope and allows them to stay, saying that the matter of payment will depend on exactly what they want, and the finer details can definitely be discussed in the upcoming pulses.
Dolan is very proud of Sidorin for not like immediately breaking down. Great job. He seems like that guy at the office who's like one hair away from having a mental break.
Yeah,
So
somewhat.
Dolan's very proud of him.
But now that you mention it, this role is not gonna be just for this scene, but for the general vibe of the city
Okay.
in the following hours.
Good.
If anyone wants to, apart from Dolan, you can make insight check. This will be like basically vibe check for the City of Hope,
Yeah, I'll vibe check.
as basically the news spreads around that we have visitors that are not a bunch of devouring monsters, but actually fellow survivors and people that claim to be from another Bastion of Light.
You on that 19.
And
The big ears actually working.
yeah, with
I know,
those
right?
results, well, I do vaguely recall that some of the characters were partially worried what might happen. You see that you definitely feel and see that the spark of hope is rekindled. That the vibe was definitely getting low from all the bad shit that happened, Sarif and whatnot. But the actual confirmation that there is someone else, that there is a different Bastion of Light that survived and endured the war, actually lifts the spirits of people up. But yeah, but that is basically like info that comes to your characters in the coming hours.
Seems like we had the needed morale boost that the city desperately deserved.
Yeah, Dolan was worried because he was like, "Oh, our zealot's gonna fuck this up, make everything horrible." But
I mean, at
he's,
this
like,
point, the
more put
zealot
at ease.
threat has been pretty much.
Yeah, but there's still like that xenophobia type, He doesn't know. He's like,
Interloper.
Okay.
You're scared of me because I'm an elephant.
oh well, if you're not with us, you're against us. And he's like, I don't. Outsiders.
And actually, at
Worried.
some point, Sidorin will notice that you are around, and he will say, like, looking between you and then the group. Yes, please allow me to introduce to you my finest troubleshooters. People that the valued members of the night watch, and then he will, like, with his hand motion for you all to come closer.
Dolan's like doing like the fucking full-on march, like the most stately march he can muster. He's like, I'm gonna make the best impression. He's probably fucking tiny compared to them. He's like 5'4".
It's okay, Dolan. You can ride on my shoulders, and then you could be like 12 foot.
That's demeaning, Ibram.
I don't.
It makes me look foolish.
Does it holds out halberd, or does it make you look like you're in power?
Silence.
Pass, walk up behind them.
Oh wow.
And no, Pastor, their visage does not ring a bell. They are not from your city.
No, definitely not.
They're not from your Bastion of Light.
Yeah.
Their deeds and achievements speak for themselves, and at that, like, his eyebrow twitches just a little bit. He sighs. Why? You can see one of them in a distance, and then he like nods with his head to the giant colossus resting next to the second tree of light.
Dolan nods. Yes, our newest member.
He is friend, battle brother.
The big brother, as my fellow board have put it.
How do they feel about this? How do the people who just arrived
They look
feel about
impressed.
this group of ragtag little idiots and then a fucking giant robot?
I'm just gonna lean into like one of the dudes in the group of like visitors and go, I could take him.
Pay no mind to the elephant in the room.
No, you've been waiting to do that.
Let's not
Finally.
address him.
My time has come. As soon as you made an elephant character, I was like, oh fuck yeah.
This is my very first like non like superhuman character ever too, by the way.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm pretty sure I named the leader with the braided beard, but I fucking forgot to write it down
Same.
anywhere.
We'll call him Beardy.
No,
no.
we'll come up with an actual name. Until then, we can call him, what the fuck is that name that fucking everyone has? Hold on a second.
Actually, hold
John?
on, maybe I put it in chat.
Van.
You can just call him Ragnar. Fucking everyone's named Ragnar.
Ragnar.
It's the meme from the Vikings. He's like, oh yeah, Ragnar? Is that your name? Uh-huh. It's like being named John.
But yes, he gives like a boisterous laughter and says, you have big guts, elephant man. Good. Does your warriors around here have a training ground?
Ibram's just gonna go wide-eyed. I will escort you.
Not right now, but I'm sure that many of my warriors will be very happy to participate in sparring. It will be interesting to see how fighting techniques evolved here. I assume Lord Sidder in that exchange of knowledge and martial prowess will be one of the acceptable services. Sidern just like looks between him and Dolan and not Dolan, look at him and Ibram and sighs and says, yes, of course, it will be.
Now I'm just gonna be all bashful and shy. I don't do it if you don't want me to, sir.
Dolan will just make like a side comment. He's like, I hope you're used to fighting bears and wolves.
And giant ass elephant.
Werebears and werewolves. That's all we got.
Yeah, that's right. That is true.
Yeah, I hope your experience is fighting bears and wolves.
Then there's just me.
And elephants.
Bear, wolf, elephant.
Out of curiosity,
whole
because
animal
at,
kingdom out here.
Next up, we need a tabaxi.
Actually, wait, Sidorin says, no, it's fine.
Leonin.
I think this concludes most of the formalities. You are welcomed into the city. I'm hoping, well, hope is our thing, that your stay here will be fruitful and this will be a beginning of and then he like pauses for a moment, like clearly looking for the most appropriate word before settling on fruitful friendship.
Nodders. Looking at the rest of the group, like, do not make a fool of yourself
And
just yet, please.
I'm sure that everyone, and then he looks between like you as the party and the arrivals, and I'm sure there will be no incidents. There will be no unfortunate incidents.
I nod.
Of course.
No need to fret, Lord Sidorin. The laws of sacred hospitality are very much honored in our tribe. Well, in our Bastion of Light. Good, good. Now, I apologize, but there are other matters I must attend to. I'm sure we'll be speaking more about finer details in the coming days. Make yourselves comfortable. And that, Sidorin and Captain, basically, like most of the people will be starting to disperse, while the arrivals will be doing the like sailors' work, pretty much, basically making sure the ship stays where it is and like taking out some of the inventory, some of the boxes, and basically doing the menial mundane stuff. So at that point, or maybe during that stuff, like that thing, what do you do?
Before the captain fully walks off,
Yep.
Dolan would walk up and give him like a piece of paper that has the like where in the like a map of the city, if I have one that I can give, and mark on it like where the police station is and like any other points of interest. Like, this is like the city's one tavern, the big one that we have, that's it. And like, this is the training grounds, and I would like mark shit on it and give it to them so they know how to get around. And I'd say if you have any questions or need any help, you can stop by the police station, or the guard station would probably more so be it. We'd be happy to help. Unfortunately, our council members have had their hands full recently. Like, looking back at Sitter and like walking away.
It is fully understandable. The burdens of leadership are heavy, but I think Lord Sidorin is wearing that crown fittingly. And of course, thank you for providing this information. Are there any areas that are forbidden to guests?
Is there any that immediately come to mind? I'm thinking like the mines, maybe. Like, just don't go there, please.
Yeah, the mines.
I was thinking maybe the Tree of Light that
Yeah.
still technically houses the Elder.
I mean, like, you can look at it, you just can't go in. So yeah.
Yeah, unless the
Unless invited,
unless Siderin
yeah.
invites you, and probably the second Tree of Light, the Tree of Chivis also is off limits.
I'll mark them on the map, and I'll put like a little X next to them.
Yeah.
Be like, don't go in there.
Yeah, basically, it doesn't take long, but when Dolan is speaking with that guy, he feels like he's getting tinnitus.
Yeah, his ears like twitch slightly, and he's like, "Yep, okay." He's like, "I feel like I'm talking to like, one of like, he has a lot of children in his house, so he's like, I feel like I'm talking to like a group of small children, like they just scream everything for no reason." He'll mark it,
Yep.
and then be like, "All right, if you need anything, bye," and then like fucking scoot off.
I was gonna wonder if anyone would, I mean, apart from Ibram, because Ibram didn't pick up on it, but if anyone would grill them on that feeling they got, that they spoke the truth, but not the whole truth about their objective.
Pastor was going to invite them over to the church to talk with them a bit more in depth about like their bastion, and mainly one of the main things he wants to talk about is like their source of light. He wants to sort of find out how they've been maintaining themselves.
Okay. I'll give.
Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
Side note, I think Dolan would ask them simply because he's a fucking police investigator and it's his job. He's literally allowed to do this. He'll just say, "Could you remind me again of your original mission? I overheard some of it, but not the exact details."
I'll be right back.
Yeah. He
If it's not too much of a
looks
trouble,
at
of
you.
course.
And hearing the question, but also hearing the between the lines thing.
Yeah, the
about-
polite, like, I'm a police
I caught
officer
it.
type.
You know what, this will not be high DC, but like you can roll depending on the type you want, either like persuasion or intimidation or
Yeah, he's not trying to make these guys
okay, 17 is
interpret him as threatening.
alright. We didn't want to start with that, but seeing how well the City of Hope is doing and what strong warriors it has, it did rekindle hope in us that we might find allies in against a common enemy.
Is there a particular threat that you need help with? Is there, we call them Night Lords, the stronger undead that rally forces around them.
We are not sure if this is... It's not undead, but it is a ferocious beast. Either way, a nemesis that claimed many seas and oceans as its domain, and for as long as we live, none of our warriors managed to strike it hard enough to kill it, but there's definitely a titanic sea serpent that our Bastion of Light has a long history.
Yeah, Jormungandr. I'm gonna insight check. I'm pretty sure they're telling the truth, like in character, but I'm gonna insight check because he would.
Yeah, they are absolutely up and about. Like, and now they are telling the full truth. Like, it was like if they found something, found a different Bastion of Light, like some sort of people that could be allies that look strong. Not immediately, but after they got settled in, they would have like started asking around, like if they could count on anyone in hopes of like actually hunting down and killing the Lord of the Seas.
Then Dolan will nod, smile, sort of like reassuringly, like genuinely, and he'll say, "Then you've confided in the right man. the Night Watch actually specializes in this kinds of case. So, if our cities get along amicably, we would be glad to help. And he'll nod.
Sounds like I get to fight the ocean. A worthy adversary, finally.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure we'll be having many more fruitful discussions.
He'll nod, do a little bow, and then excuse himself. Walk on back to the group. Assuming they're not just like behind me, I don't know. Maybe they wandered off.
Yeah, I was gonna mention one more thing, because passively only Raikomo is able to notice that, because Raikomo passive perception is high enough to beat passive stealth of this. But only Raikomo notices that there is like one more being, combat asset of the city, that does observe the situation, just in case. And
Oh.
honestly, on a day-to-day basis, like Raikomo is pretty much the only one that notices that this Angel of the Dark is working in the background to protect the City of Hope.
I forgot that guy existed.
For a moment,
Damn.
I did as well.
Okay, that makes me feel less bad. Damn. What he doing out there?
Ooh.
Is he like Batman, but an angel?
Yes,
Hello?
it's quite literally Batman, although this one kills.
Oh, that's
Ki-
great.
Kills the enemies of
Cooler Batman.
kills the enemies of the City of Hope. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not sure about the details, but apparently, like, you know, the very first versions of Batman actually used guns and killed criminals. Like the
That makes
earliest comics apparently did that.
Yeah, before they were like, you can't do that. we gotta make this guy actually likable. Wait,
Back.
welcome back.
Okay.
Oh, hey, is that my boy, the half
Yeah.
light, half dark?
Yeah, right. Como saw him doing good and spying on people.
I mean,
Hey,
basically,
nice.
as a like, again, because of the like skills, like I'm gonna say like Raikomo is the one person in the party that consistently is able to spot Angel of the Dark like working in the shadows.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because Raikomo's passive perception is like 30 something, 31,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Angel of the Dark's passive stealth is 25.
Damn.
Nice.
Right, Como just like witnessing all inner workings of the universe, and he's just like, damn, that's crazy. Wonderful.
To be like
And well, Cap is away. Otherwise, I would have like gone for this. So we can, yeah, because Dolan will be having. Actually, Ibrahim will be having a discussion with Dolan. Pastor is wanting to talk with the new arrivals. Would Raikomo be accompanying him with that, or do you have different idea for Raikomo?
Okay, so this is the sad, not by sad, but more like the funny thing that's happened. Ever since Raikomo fully understood that Sasa and Pastor have been basically keeping a lot of information hidden from the rest of us, right when, during the Hellstrom thing and then planting the seed, he kind of left Pastor and has been living with the guards. He's been like living in the guard quarters to the point
Oh
where
my
basically he has a
God.
dice night. Yeah, he has a weekly thing where he's like, yeah, we play dice games. Yeah.
Dice night. Okay, I was heard like guys night, and I was suddenly reminded
No,
of that Avantris thing with
like
that,
a card night. yeah, but with dice.
fucking,
Pastor's in the doghouse for this. Damn.
there is no guys night without some pissy kissy. Sorry,
But
basically I'm
no, you're good.
referencing like this fucking hilarious clip. But yeah,
So he would have taken to the guards' quarters, so he wouldn't follow Pastor.
Okay.
Damn. Friendship ended with Pastor. Random guard NPC is my new best friend.
Beautiful.
The gang.
I get it. Fuck that guy.
Alright. Okay, so Pastor, you can give me do you have persuasion or something?
Nope.
No.
So
Nope.
give me like charisma roll to see
I feel like that's. Sorry, go ahead.
to see how you're gonna come off of like, you know, asking like more info about their Bastion of Light, like asking about their
What's
defenses.
Pastor's dubstep, my dude? Oh fuck.
I come off robotic.
It's like as an autistic person being like, if I overshare or ask too many questions, will they take it as me being a creep or me just being a nerd?
I would say with that result of a 2, you more come off like a very, even if you don't want to, they read you as someone like, you know, old analytic machine that from the acquired information tries to take it apart and plan like contingencies.
Pastor, if
Right.
you want, I can help you out. I do have charisma.
No,
I'm just
this is
putting it out
happening
there.
when you are having
Yeah, he's
discussion
alone.
with
Yeah.
like Ibrahim.
Yeah.
All
We are having
right.
tea time
I'm
with
saying
Ibrahim.
if you want to try this again and ask me to ask them for you, I can help later. I'm not right now, but
So yeah, so the
I think
vibes are not exactly good. They're not terrible, but they are sort a little bit, and they do look questioningly at you, and they wonder, why are you asking? Where's the interest coming from?
Because I have seen the different sources of light. Different ones have had different effects on people I've met. There has been a unfortunate circumstance recently where you saw the big brother we pointed out earlier. He had some issues with his source of light, and as such is trying to persist mostly without it. And it is very difficult.
When you say issues, what do you mean by that?
The source of light that had been empowering him decided to reject him, and as such, he was cut off. Currently, we are having him attached to one of our sources of light, the trees, so that he may function properly, but I would like to know the different forms there are.
This will not be a high DC, but I like to roll deception, because Pastor, I feel, is like slightly sidestepping the issue of like, it's presenting this like, oh, the Warforged had an issue, right? Instead of like, no, we have problem with the light, with the artificial god.
Okay.
Okay, you get like 1 or 2 squints, but you are not called out on anything. So, very well. And they explain that, well, they do not have Tree of Light yet, like you have. They obviously have sources of light, like, you know, they have torches, they have lanterns. They are not barbarians. And their main source of light, like the the let's say in RTS terms, the tech tree they went with is very much tying into the spiritualism and like spirits of the land / ancestor spirits. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like they had skilled enough shamans or warlocks, like, you know, I don't remember exactly, but I think there might be like shamanic subclasses for warlocks, or like patron that could work in the idea.
Yeah, there's like Fae and Celestial
Yeah.
patrons that can work, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from the sounds of it, when the war was happening, through their collective experiences and skills, they were able to basically bind and tie some spirits to their bastion of light, to their city, in a symbiotic relationship. That they save them from being corrupted or devoured by the darkness, and in turn they provide their own assistance and defense.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
So that's one thing, and the other is that they also figure out the prism, as in prismatic thing. Basically realizing and using the ice, like sculpting ice, refining it, and combining that with concentrated sources of light. Yeah, it's basically creating prismatic light and prismatic effects. So they do not have many, but their combat spellcasters are definitely experts in using prismatic spells.
Okay. I wonder how Winona would. I wonder what Winona's what shit,
Yeah,
what
I
are they
wonder
called?
what. she
I
would
forgot
think
the
about
name of
that.
the thing. Coven?
Yeah, her grave cleric, Abby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the monk is not here, and I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
role playing as Winona. I will leave that question up completely up to him when he will be present. Which sadly he will not be present next week. He already mentioned that to me.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the extent of information they give for now.
Pastor thanks them for being.
And I guess sorry, like one more thing, like tying to the prismatic thing. They basically, one of the tricks they explain is that if you have like a big sculpted, like refined ice crystal with like a slightly hollowed inside, when you can put in something like a concentrated source of light, like a lantern or like a torch, you can basically enhance the effect, make the
Okay.
light spread more.
Fascinating. Thank you so much for being as open as you have been. I know I've not explained myself entirely, and that is my entire fault. But thank you for being willing to share this with me.
It is alright. We are to be friends after all. If something catches our eye, we might be having questions ourselves.
When you do, feel free to ask.
for simplicity sake, at least for now, Chivis was not present.
Okay.
Or not in person. You would...
Yeah.
Basically, at this
mean-
point, the pastor would know that if there is a plant around, there's a possibility that
people-
Chivis is listening in.
And we keep a lot of plants in that church.
Yep.
So, odds are they were.
Alright. And with that done, switching to the tea time between Ibrahim and Dolan.
What kind of tea do you like?
This is when you find out that your partner of however many years just takes normal black tea and then just fills it with sugar.
Dylan's like, oh, no. No. But he'll make Earl Grey. He's an Earl Grey drinker too, but he drinks it like black with nothing added. There's like this tense silence as you're just continually grabbing sugar cubes and just putting them in your cup, and he's just watching you do it. They're also using like a bowl for you.
I know, it's great.
Fucking elephant.
I politely move the chair out of the way. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. My head is still above the table. Now the scene's been set. I take a big old slurp from my bowl.
Yeah.
That interrupts the whole restaurant.
Yep. It's
I
not a
go-
restaurant. We're in his house. Like
Oh.
we're at my house.
I interrupt the calmness of your home.
The tense silence of me watching you stir your like insanely oversaturated with like so much sugar that it doesn't dissolve in the fucking tea.
That's some good tea right there.
Shit, like a fucking Texan person. Anyway.
Hey,
Yeah, go ahead. Break
It's
this
just-
down.
Dolan, I had a
Mhm.
dream.
Okay.
I believe it was prophetic.
I'm surprised
Either
you know that
that-
word.
Either that or I was contacted in the dream brain realm.
I'm
I know
surprised you
words,
that's a
Dolan.
thing. Yes, but
Alright.
some of the finer points can be lost quite easily.
Fair enough.
How many people know the dream spell?
Only a few, I assume. Dream is kind of a higher level spell.
Continue. What did you see in these dreams?
Well, the Lord of Might, Hellstrom, was there.
Oh,
I was in a Colosseum.
okay.
It wasn't me, but it was me on the other side
Alright.
of the Colosseum facing Hellstrom.
Got it.
There was another Lord there. The Lord of Blood? Right, Shadow?
Yes.
What did he look like?
The way the Lord of Blood looks.
We don't know
I-
how he looks.
Let me
That's
present-
why I'm asking.
Did we receive art last session for that visibility?
I mean, I showed you how he looks.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that.
Right, Moog. Yes, of course. Continue. Mhm.
Many horns, and they
Yes.
they looked at each other. I'm not sure if, remind me if I'm wrong, but I think they had a small look and made some remarks at each other between Hellstrom and Moog, right?
It was mostly. I definitely remember saying that Hellstrom said something to you that I must. I think it was something along the lines of like, I must thank you in person next time we meet. Thanks to you, I've decided to shake off the rust.
No, that's right. And I'll say Hellstrom said to me that he's decided to shake off the dust
Rust.
and the rust.
You
and,
better really take notes.
I lost my notes. I actually had notes of this.
Okay, continue.
My mom came
You
into my
can
office
save
and threw out
notes
all.
on Foundry.
My mom came in and threw out all my papers, which had my notes, because she thought it was trash, which made me very sad. But basically, he said that he was shaking off the rust, and then invited me to come find him in a coliseum.
Hmm.
Now, if I remember correctly, the coliseum did not look familiar to Ibram, but it was definitely a place that it's not an unfamiliar territory from him because
I'm trying to remember if I actually did say invitation.
it felt like an invitation almost. That's how I'm interpreting it.
I mean, if Ibram interprets it that way, that's fair. One other detail that I remember I did say to Ibram is that when it comes to Colosseum's spectators, guests,
Yes.
he basically seen like basically roaring, rampaging berserkers, like fearsome, bloodthirsty warriors, most of them not armored, like bare chests, basically inspired by Khorne warriors.
Yes. So, with that being said, I believe that our tenuous contract of no harm to each other with that Lord of Might could soon come to a close, with him deciding to become stronger and grow as he is so choosing to do.
Sips my own tea.
Slurps my own tea.
Puts out his little pinky. Thinking. This is not good.
I agree, mostly because
This
Last
is in
time-
fact very bad.
last time we fought him, he had just all he did was stretch. He's practicing, Dolan.
Ibram, I'm gonna be very honest with you. And I put my tea cup down. Asking you to fight that guy was the stupidest thing I think you've ever done. If this is what I think it is, this might be very bad.
Do you want to expound upon what you think it is, Dolan?
Okay,
Okay,
so
sorry, I'm interjecting for a moment. Like, if you want to, Church, if you want to go fully with what you think, like your interpretation of like your character's interpretation, that's fine. If you want to make a roll to see if you like figure
Absolutely.
out collect under that, that's fine as well.
I wanted to bring this up with Dolan because I feel like Dolan would have better luck inciting this information than I would.
I mean, technically, either an insight or
be
investigation
anything.
could work because
I'll do investigation.
Yeah.
Womp.
I'll because I'm discussing it with Dolan, I feel like
Can you
I
give me
can
help action? Is that
Yeah, I can get-
possible?
can I get
yeah, basically, as you remember your dream, like you allow him to recount.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you do not get a vibe that he's training specifically to like come back to you and kick your ass. It definitely is that he's refining his technique, and it also seems like he found a place where he can do it to his heart's content. Trying to okay, this is something I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. Does the characters like in character know the names of like this other bastions of light?
Ibram would not because he does not feel that that
Us
information
two
is important.
don't. I don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
think we've been
Only
told
Sasa and Pastor,
by...
maybe.
Yeah. Sasa and Pastor, no.
Because
I don't think they've told us the names.
I think the first time I showed you the world map, I think this was part of the vision. And I think the names and locations were visible.
Yes. But Dolan doesn't know. He was not
Yeah.
told by Vale.
I've
Ibram doesn't know. He wasn't told by anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say Raikomo for sure doesn't know. Wasn't told jack shit either. Like
if Pastor was aware of the names along with the locations, he would have told that.
Retroactively.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Okay.
now we know.
So yes.
I think it would be
like
simpler
when
that way.
when Pastor and Sasa were doing, I think Pastor would have just basically said everything.
Okay, got it.
And
So-
with that 24, of course, apart from the Lord of Blood, the description of the warriors, the crimson vibe of the place, this dream, it does give close hints towards the city of boiling blood. Which
Can you say the sentence one more time for me?
It points
City of
towards
boiling
the
blood.
city
Oh.
of boiling blood.
which
Yeah, that's
So
good.
considering
Where the
that
fuck that is?
you freed the
Oh,
yeah, you
Burning
freed
Blood.
you freed the,
Okay.
he was in the Fallen Bastion. Then it's possible he went, to the west, and because the world is round, he made an entire walk and went to here.
Wow, that's surprisingly close to us.
yeah, it's the closest one other than Madness Man. Kinda.
And you know what? With result,
You're just like, fuck.
but 024 is like, you know what? City of Boiling Blood, Lord of Blood. If we go with the worst case scenario, then sure, he has the domain pretty close by.
It also looks small.
That was
Okay.
without.
All right. Dylan's like, you're fucking. Oh my god. This
So-
is horrible. This just in. Worst thing
This just in.
happening.
Domain
So
of
now
Blood
we
has been
not-
growing
now-
ever since.
Now we've discovered. Now we know about the domain of madness, and now the domain of blood.
Oh,
Both
right.
of
You would also, I guess,
Domain.
honestly, considering the discussion with the guys from Bright Clear Series,
I figured. Sorry.
Oh, this is bad.
It's gonna be like everything. Oh, that's funny. That's why. That's funny. That's even funnier
Yeah.
than what I was expecting.
Yep.
That's great.
We knew the waters were bad.
Ocean's haunted. Ocean's haunted.
Oh,
Oh my
wait.
God.
I just noticed, guys. There's a city on the island to the south.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
ghost.
I don't remember that one. That I don't even remember an island continent to the south. That's why I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Dylan's
there's
just
almost
thinking
certainly
about
got to
all
be
this.
one up here, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought there was gonna be like an ice one up here, like, or the prismatic brilliance, right?
This is.
You
I
guys-
think Ibram has an honest statement he'd like to make.
Yeah.
The land, the to Dolan specifically, and he's realizing this, but it's not a thought that he's ever made present. Is that he wholeheartedly believes that though we are fighting the good fight, that the domain of the human and mentally sound is becoming extinct,
Yeah,
and that the
humanoids
domain
are
of the
dying.
and the
Rick would
undead
have had that a long time ago. Sorry, go.
are truly going to take over. There is nothing
yeah, no
we can
shit.
do about it.
Dude, that was my character in the
Newsflash.
first season. No joke, that was my character in the first season. And we're doomed to die. I'm just taking notes of what happens to us at the edge of the war. Like,
It was bad. It's bad stuff.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
but
yeah,
Ibram lives in blissful like optimism, and now he can no longer. He has been made aware.
that's fair. My character was
Um,
PTSD.
My what's it called? Have you guys ever seen the game Catherine? Like the sea
I
Catherine?
think I've heard of
It's
Catherine.
like a puzzle game. Every time you
Yeah.
enter a new stage for a boss fight, it says, "It's the killer," and then it introduces the boss. And that's how I feel seeing all of these guys. I'm like, "It's the killer, the Lord of Blood." It's the killer, the Yellow King. Like just seeing all of them pop up, and I'm like,
Though,
Wait,
though Ibram
go ahead. Yeah.
Ibram would say to Dolan that maybe we should start identifying which is the weakest lord, and if we could create an imbalance by taking one out, we could create infighting amongst the lords.
Yes, I know.
I was gonna say, above board, we only see 3 domains. There's 13 Night Lords, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What about the other 10 guys?
Yeah.
Shadow, you want to give us a sneak peek?
Unless these are the 3 big guys, in which case.
No, because that is the knowledge that Sasa can get for trading portion of the old book.
Yep. Yep, that's not something any of us would have access to.
Dolan will look at you and he will say, I'm not so much worried about the Lord of Might. Yes, I am worried in general, but
I mean, I'm more concerned about the Lord of
at
Blood.
the very least he can be spoken to without getting killed. Most of the time. Most of the time.
It would seem like those three are the ones that are trying to claim territory the most.
What
He's
I'm
showing
worried
how to get
about,
it.
what I'm worried about, Ibram, is that the Lord of Blood was in your dream, and the Lord of Blood has been contacting Winona. And I'm wondering what the crossover between the two is, and what is going on.
Maybe we should make an investigative trip. Road trip.
The domain of blood.
Sorry, I'm interjecting very much. I don't want to avoid like.
The Lord of Blood personally invited Winona. to, like, a
Not
feast.
that wasn't Lord of Blood.
Oh,
That
Lord of
Was it
Madness.
Lord of Blood?
I think it was
Madness.
Madness, right? Yeah.
No, I thought it was.
the invitation.
Oh.
The invitation that was delivered by the guy that then slit his throat.
Yeah.
He had the symbol of a red crimson eye.
Yes.
The Crimson King, the Lord
Oh,
of.
yeah, the Crimson King.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Lord of
Different guy,
Okay,
Feast.
different guy.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Less worried, still worried, less worried. Still worried, but less worried. But also, I'm like, I feel like Crimson King probably works under Lord of Blood, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, birds of a feather flock together type. So I'm like, still worried.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna look at you and I'm
It's
gonna say this.
tangential.
Just a thought. The Lord of Might at one point was sealed away,
Yes.
and he was sealed away via the vampire, if I remember correctly.
The
Usurper.
usurper
Yeah.
used with a stroke of luck. He used the defensive system that the fallen Bastion of Light had.
Oh, never mind then. My thought is completely right.
Yeah, the usurper didn't have the power to seal the the Lord of Might himself. He just used, a stroke of luck. The fact that Lord of Might was pretty full of himself and pretty prideful,
Hubris.
and then used the defensive mechanism of the now fallen Bastion of Light, the Flower Castle.
If I had to make a little guess, a gander, because I was the one who sealed and unsealed him, what level are those seals in, like, spell level, if there is one? Are them bitches like a 9th level or like a 13th level that I'm never
Yeah.
gonna do?
Are we looking
Are
at
those, like,
3.5
2E?
or 5e?
Yeah.
10th level.
Got it.
That means you have to actively sacrifice a spellcaster's level.
I'll just become a
to cast
lich,
it.
it's fine.
Totally.
Fuck. It's whatever.
Essentially, the reason why they had it in the first place is that that was their specialty. Creating tools and basically like,
All those seals
Arsenal
were,
of
yeah.
Democracy. No, this was Arsenal of Light.
Mm-hmm.
And
sense.
they were specialized in it, and I would say that knowledge has been lost with their death.
Mm-hmm. God damn it. We don't even have one of those fucking 3D printers that the fucking Warhammer people have. What the
And
fuck?
trying to recreate it would be another like long ass downtime project. Not as long, because I did say that to JP that his her long-term project, Sasa's long-term project for like fixing the sun, it's not something that's gonna happen during the campaign or even during Sasa's lifetime. Like this is a multi-generational thing. The thing
How many
that
years?
Dolan might
Sorry.
be thinking about, definitely also long, but not as long. Like Dolan could potentially do it within his lifespan.
Yeah,
But it's
that'd
probably
be his
also not
thing.
something, unless there's like hard pursue into it, manage to procure very high grade unique resources. That's also gonna be something that's like long term.
Mhm. Okay.
You
The
know
Lord
what
of
I
Blood,
mean.
Lord Hellstrom, the city of burning blood, the domain of blood. These revelations have all come from the dumbest character in the group.
Yeah, Dolan's just like,
Yeah, you mere type, dude.
this is horrible.
Also, from describing the dream, if you want, you can either roll insight or hold on, because he's undead. This aberration. Or
History?
for
Religion?
identification aberrations, or arcana or history. No, wait, history will not work in this context. So either insight or arcana.
For me?
Yeah, Dolan can assist. Ibrahim can assist. Fucking hell.
Okay, you're good.
I clicked. Ignore my click.
How could you? It's a one
You
anyway.
just go with your roll. Oh, yeah.
27, baby.
Alright. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna give like fluff information. You have a very strong feeling from discussing this dream that Lord of Blood is weaker than Lord of Might. Mechanical information. Well, sure, this is like homebrew creature and there are like various abilities that could adjust it, but technically speaking, as a like baseline, while Lord of Might is around CR 25, might be a little bit more, the Lord of Blood is CR 20.
We could take him. Looks at Dolan. I feel like we could take the Lord of Blood at least. And I do not think the Lord of Might would stop us.
I don't think he'd stop us trying to kill anyone, but yes.
And also, I'm gonna give you this as a freebie, because
We're getting a freebie, guys.
you're not stupid. You are pretty sure that beings, creatures calling themselves, even if some of them don't use the name exactly, but when you have the name of a title of a Knight Lord, as a Lord you don't really are serving under anyone. You are your own boss.
Yeah. Damn, I wish that were me. But yeah.
Maybe we
Alright.
could convince Hellstrom to help us take down the other Night Lords.
I don't think we should talk to him again. He said that this would be like the last time that he would be amicable with us. I don't know if you remember that. He was like,
I'm hearing Shadow.
It wasn't like the first time, but he was like, or the last time, but he was definitely like, if we meet again, I can't promise to not beat your fucking face.
Yeah,
But we have to meet it.
for real.
have-
So it was like,
I think he said he wasn't gonna hold back or something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
which essentially means he's gonna fucking kill us. Right?
yeah, of course.
So the statement was, next time we challenged him, he would not hold back, and it would be go time.
Yeah, so we would die.
Yeah, basically.
That did not allude to a conversation equal go time.
That is
No,
what
no.
that means.
We're,
actually.
I'm saying, dude, he's like Neutra, and if he is fighting under the premise of fighting us, he will fight to kill us. Like,
Also, it's just like, maybe be careful around the guy who could kill you with one hand.
yeah, and none of us can do anything else
And
to
we can't
him.
do anything to stop him.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we shouldn't just walk up and be like, hey, do you want to help us kill things that, like, you have no real reason to go after?
Also,
Like-
I vaguely recall some sort of suggestion like that was thrown initially,
Yes.
and he didn't seem interested in that.
No,
Yeah,
he
he was
wasn't
like-
at all.
He was like, meh.
I could do my own thing.
Yeah. So, I would not ask him that. Sasa already tried.
Okay.
Or
I think
Winona
I-
actually already tried.
I think I specifically
Yeah, I think it was-
said that he is not. He's mostly interested in fighting Bastions of Light because they
Yeah.
promise to offer the biggest challenge as people that have the most to lose, that cling through desperation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
he's
along
like,
those
if you
lines.
have something to lose, then you'll fight harder. Like, hee hee haha, kills you. Or psychopath.
Well, I still think we should at some point make our way to the city of Burning Blood.
I'd love to. Not right now, though. But yes.
When the timing is more appropriate.
Yes.
Sorry, I think we get massively sidetracked. Actually, no. We are still like Ibrahim conversing with.
Yes,
Owen.
we are. Though I would have nothing more
I
to
think
add
we're
at this
done,
point.
yeah. I think we're done now.
Alright. At some point during the, well, not during the day, but at some point in time, probably checking up on Chivis or the Colossus, Pastor would have been accosted by the other Warforged she rescued from the scrap heap, from the scrapyard, and they are uncharacteristically like have this bout of enthusiasm and like they're acting like ecstatic children, like waving their hands, dragging Pastor to like look, the big brother is here. Thank you for bringing him. Did you name him? Can we name him? Sounding from it that, well, yeah, Big Brother was like, you know, how they called him, but they don't
Yeah.
treat it as its name.
I have an idea for that, actually. We could, why don't we walk over to...
And you cut off a little bit towards the
Oh.
end.
Basically was saying that, he has an idea for how, they could figure out a name for him, and that they should all walk over to the Big Brother.
Alright. Yeah, then you approach. As you are getting closer, you see that the figure of the Colossus is like kneeling on one knee, and its form is being propped up and held up with various vines and roots that are stabilizing him.
Are you feeling well, friend?
He gives you a minuscule nod, and like his eyes blink blue for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, he's doing fine, my creator. And you will see that from up above, Chivis not slings but serves on the vines overlooking the process, and also assisting a little bit as her like vines and roots are like holding up plate pieces, basically assisting in repairing and upgrading. But I will say that this is still going to take quite a few pulses.
Okay. I had come up with an idea for how we could figure out a name for our big friend here. It should hopefully not take too much for him to change the color of his eyes. I was hoping that we could sort of go through a list and, based off of his reaction, figure out a name.
Very well. You do your thing, my creator. I'm gonna return to my work. Yeah. So more or less do like capture the color charade.
Yep.
Do you, as a player, have an idea for a name?
Right now, I do not. I
Okay.
have not thought of one. But the process that Pastor is going to use is, first of all, he's gonna like ask what the other Warfords' ideas for names are, and then if he were to like either not pick one or pick one, they could then go through like the alphabet to make through any like changes to it that the big Warforged wants.
I mean, the other Warforged, the lesser ones, would be like basically going off like items. I mean, items or locations like, you know, Bastion, Castle.
I think. Oh, what's that one?
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fine when you like will be sure. You can like, you know,
Yeah.
if you come up with something between the sessions, you can bring it up next time, and this will be the name for the big colossus that we'll be going forward with. Yeah, right now, yeah, Chivis is focused on this project.
Yep.
She doesn't bring up anything else.
Okay.
At least not right now. Yeah, as a general note, I would say that apart from her like coming from the place where the Colossus is, between there and at the location where the like craftsmen and like blacksmiths have their main thing, when the like old smith is primarily working with Vale, if Vale is like present from time to time, like there's definitely like increased movement as they like they provide big assistance in making sure the process of repairs is expedited. Although it's still gonna take a while.
Yeah.
By take a while, it's like
Yeah.
suspected that talking more about weeks instead of days.
Okay. That makes sense.
So what's everybody up to?
Garden.
The garden?
Police.
No, like literally being a guard. yeah.
Some guard stuff.
Abram has a
I'm
question
repeating
for.
3 voice lines I have to other people.
Hello. Welcome to our city.
Have you seen the Great
What are you
Fox?
doing to me?
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Stop
Oh my
right
God.
there, criminal scum.
You
Big
have
brother
insulted
came in
Skyrim and
recently.
her people.
Ebrams is.
Hold that
You think?
You never should have come here.
Oh, hey, we got to meet with them at the sparring place at some point.
Hmm.
Found somebody's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
They're
if
named
you-
Feminist Bread.
If you, I'm not gonna comment on that.
Huh?
I have a like blank moment from if you have like any like ideas of your own. I would greatly appreciate grassroots initiative. And just
What do we want to do, gamers?
I'm assuming we want to try to get into the stupid city of madness, but we need JP for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Planning to go into the domain of madness? Anyone?
I mean, I'm fine with whatever, but
Prepping to
Yeah,
go
how-
into the domain of madness?
how do we plan to go into the domain of madness?
Well, we are figuring out
travel west.
anti-madness.
I believe the idea is that you help, well, the dwarves, the crazy dwarves, repair their tank, and they drill underground, and then they return home with a seed that then will turn into a fast travel point.
Yes.
That then you'll be able to use to shorten the trip time,
Mhm.
and then, you know, you'll be in City of Iron Spark and see the insanity with your own eyes.
Hmm.
And you will be closer to the domain of madness.
I think we should do that. I think we should try and look into this Crimson King fellow and where the fuck his feast is. He just was like, come to the fucking feast, and then he killed himself. So we was like, what the fuck's that? What's going on with that?
Is
I kind of want to look into that.
human emissary, as a reminder, that was not undead,
Yes.
neither aberration.
Yes.
Is there just like a potion that protects against madness? Is there like a drug?
The irony of
Antipsychotics?
that. Yeah.
No.
He's like, drug.
I mean, your sun powder drug gives you plenty of benefits, but no, it doesn't protect you from sanity loss.
What if we create a? What if Ibram invests in creating the first antipsychotics?
I don't think Ibram can make any medicine legally. So put
There's
that
no
out there.
legality in involving potions in the old.
I don't
time.
think the guard would
You've got
accept
ghosts in your
it.
blood, so let me inject you with mercury.
Your vapors are off. Your humors are out of balance. I gotta-
What if we get like
Please
anti?
do.
And what's the inverse of mercury poisoning? Let's make that.
Please stop.
Negative
stop.
mercury.
Mercury deficiency. Anyway,
Pluto.
okay. Stop. Also, that's a good planet joke. But regardless.
No, it's not. Pluto ain't a planet. Sorry, anyways,
Oh.
go ahead. I know.
Knife. Holding a knife. Doing the Halloween, like, fucking. Okay. We could plan on getting stuff for them to repair their tank, and then, you know, I don't know, time skip. Or we ask Beckett, what the fuck do we need to trade with you in order to learn about your friends and you, your homies, the lords,
Also,
TM, the
Pokes-
circle of
Pokes Dolan.
bitches. Yeah,
We need a paycheck at some point.
Yeah, right.
we don't operate on a currency-based system. You do know that, right?
I like the shiny gold thing.
I haven't gone on patrol in like
Most-
3 weeks at least.
Most of this city operates off of a bartering structure. You do know that, right?
Ibram posts strongman for hire. Give me things and I'll do strongman things.
Can you help me move?
It's
I
like
bought
that
a new
fucking-
house.
It's like that poster. It was like, hire us. We are 2 men. We will do labor for
Yeah.
you.
Basically,
Okay.
Too strong.
Anyway,
dude.
stop. We're tangenting. Stop it now. We need to decide what we're
No
doing
way.
next session. Now.
we can adopt a cat.
No.
What I would like to do is help the visitors, help the dwarves get their stuff that they need, figure out that shit, and if there's time, go on a mission. If there's no mission, I guess we can just investigate the
I
domain
did-
of madness on the
I
edge.
do still want to head over to the Unforgiving Light at some point.
Where's that on the
How
map?
far is that?
Yeah.
That's south, yeah.
Is that on
That's
the other
past the
side
domain of madness.
Yeah. It's
I
this
don't
one.
think that's a little hop, skip, and a jump that travel.
I
but
know.
That's
I
just
know.
going to the mountains and
That's,
into the tropics.
That might be a few days
Yeah.
out. But
I
it's
think-
okay.
That one would
Maybe
be that would probably be good for after the Iron Spark because it's definitely closer via
Dude, that's like 3 months away.
That's
Yeah, I know.
This is a lot of. That's like a month away. That's like a month away. Cause
Well, it's a 95
three pulses per
right?
day. 3
Oh,
pulses
okay.
per day. So
Yeah.
that's around a month of travel.
Yeah.
unless
Jeebs.
And also
Not unless.
as a reminder, not a reminder, but as a adjustment, the distance assumes that you go every single minute, every single second, mostly
Yeah.
in straight
Yeah.
line without
We-
rest
we-
at all.
We definitely want to wait for the seedling to be planted for
I would
this.
say, yeah, I'd say we wrap up some shit in
Yeah.
in here, dealing with visitors, dealing with dwarves, all
I mean,
that. kind of bullshit.
Ibram has made it clear that he does desire to meet with an alchemist at some point.
Yes, and then I think we should put our little tootsies in the domain of madness, like put a little test the waters, put our little toes in there.
Do recall that
Figure out what the fuck's going on.
you do have a fast travel point at the Warforged Scrapyard.
Yeah.
we can just
So
go
at
over
the
there and be
Warforged
like, how
Scrapyard,
bad
it's like
is it? You know,
we can make it there in like a day.
Yeah, we can be like, how bad is it really? Like, really, it's not that, right? And then
And
it's really that bad. It's like really bad. 100%. Gonna be horrible.
We can fast travel to the Iron Sparks drill tank.
No,
Good. Yeah, they.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Not
no.
yet.
Scrapyard
They
is-
will. The plan is you will give them a seed that then
Yep.
they will go back to the city of Iron Spark and then hopefully plant it there.
Yeah.
And
so
by the time-
Live.
And by the time we kill the domain of madness off, we can just
Yeah,
Plant a
we'll
seed.
just do that. Yeah.
Remember, I would like to remind you, Captain, because this also I forget if we as a party remember this, but once we get to level 20, we can only do certain stuff, and we're already 14. I feel like if we take out a Night Lord, that's a high chance of leveling up. So I don't know. When saying like we're going to do that and then that, do plan for everything to be done before 20.
For me,
Is-
it's like
I
would
did
like
make an
to take out
adjustment
the Lord
because
of-
initially I did say that you hit level 20 and that's campaign end. I then adjusted it that it won't be instant campaign end, but it also like won't be like I'm not gonna be artificially
Dragged on very much, yeah.
dragging it out beyond
Hmm.
level 20 for too much.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Obviously, I'm not
I
gonna,
think-
I don't want to cut the fun short, but
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I figured there'd be like one last job once we got
Mm.
to 20, and then we would do that or focus
let's
on
take on the strongest lord.
Oh, gosh.
something.
I would like to kill the Yellow King, but knowing
Yeah.
the Yellow King, that's gonna be really hard
Yeah.
because it's very easy for someone who makes other people go insane. Just make them think that we killed him, right? It's just like, oh, it's an illusion, or oh, it's
What
your
if you're-
madness.
what
Oh,
if you're
you're all
so-
schizophrenic now. Like, you
Oh,
know.
it's another simulacrum or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. You know, like.
Another snow
Or
guy.
it's like some weird clone, or it's like some other guy that he makes us think is him. You know what I mean? Like, there's infinite
Gotcha.
possibilities for him to fuck with us.
Full Loki. Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. He's a funky little guy, this thing. Because I do the same thing with my Yellow King. He's a funky little guy. Literally, my Yellow King, if you say the name Yellow King out loud, there's a 50% chance that he'll just appear.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
He'll
like
just show up.
the basic mythos of like Hastur, Hastur,
Yes.
Hastur.
Yes, literally. And Cap was like, bet, and then said it 3 times and was like, wait, he's here, wait.
Why is it
Like,
funny?
looking
I got-
around.
I got teleported to him.
Yeah, well, you got teleported into like a demi-plane, and he was like, sup? And you were like, huh? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't joking.
I thought I had the impulse control under control for that character, and then I did another thing.
I don't think you will ever have your impulse control under control, my friend. I don't know if that's possible without medication.
I'm medicated. That's the problem.
I don't think that will be possible without more medication. Either way, I think that's general outline for next session, unless anyone has any other ideas they'd like to add or take away.
We could, well.
Because I'm thinking that preferably if you want to deal with Beckett,
Hmm.
preferably you wouldn't mind if Sasa was present or JP was
Yeah,
present
yeah.
for that, because
We can
Yeah.
also see if Sasa or Winona have their own things they would like to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd like to know if there's an alchemist in the City of Light.
Sasa
It's
works
literally like the
as an
thing.
artificer. She
I
can
have-
also
I-
do potions.
I have been
although
told
it's
by
not her
Sasa-
specialty.
I have been told by Sasa twice in a row that she is like, I'm not an alchemist. You need to ask an alchemist to do that.
Okay, well, she comes from a clan of dwarves that are artificers and other type, and there's potion artificers, so you could probably find one in her clan. Just putting it out there.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
what do you need
Someone makes our healing
alchemist for?
potions.
To make the brew, right?
He wants to make like
brew.
a mega.
He
healing
wants to make.
potion.
He wants to make. Well, no, it's not a mega healing potion. It's haste and vulnerability and something else, like all fused together, right?
Yeah, it's
Basically.
It's like a fucking.
He
It's like,
wants
let me
4
take
actions
3
in one.
potions and pour them into one fucking
yeah,
thing,
Yeah.
just
and
like
have them not, destroy each other.
Yeah, lose
basically
potency.
something stupid.
That's not gonna be like one pulse project. Like whoever, like sure you can commission that, like give this as an idea, but it's gonna.
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
no. I figured I'd have to walk in and be like, all right, you can give me a list of things that you need done. No matter what it is, I'll do it as long as you help me accomplish this for however long it takes.
Yeah, basically the reaction when they hear about your idea is like akin to this GIF I posted in Discord, and they were like, "We're gonna try, but it might take a while."
This now you can just drop side quests
They're
into
like,
my pocket.
Yeah.
It's not even a matter of like special ingredients, although I might think of like something. But just the fact that you are trying to squeeze in 3 different effects into a single potion and trying to make sure they retain their effectiveness at the same time.
Well, it wasn't gonna be invulnerability. It was gonna be potion of growth, potion of strength, and potion of.
It's still 3
Speed.
actions as a potion, man.
I know. I'm aware.
Like this is
But-
that guy energy. No offense. Like
I just want to do something dumb and stupid that by the time I turn level 20, I get 1 use of it just for fun.
I mean, you
It's
can
like
bet
the-
your ass I'm gonna
It's
give
Joe.
like side effect from that. If I give it
Oh,
to the
yeah.
axe, I'm gonna give it to that.
After this potion wears off, you're gonna get like 5 exhaustion.
I was thinking like, yeah, I was
And
gonna hit
become
5.
bedridden.
I was gonna get 5 exhaustion. I was gonna get like the sickened or diseased, whichever is the 5e status effect. A bunch poison. Just be outright poisoned with 5 exhaustion levels.
Okay. So
Oh,
yeah,
you know,
talk with Sasa about potentially getting more info from Beckett, and then help with help the dwarves with their stuff, which
Yeah.
will be like a
Ah,
thing,
yes, the
and
dwarves.
then
Check out the press. Sorry, go ahead.
probably leaning towards the direction of the madness domain or something else.
Yeah, and the precipice of it to check it out.
Okay. Right. Okay. Feeling a little bit tired, and considering we missing few people, I would say that this might be a good stopping point.
okay.
It definitely does feel that way.
Yeah. So let's go through the questions. Yeah, the first one definitely not. So there's no Night Lord fighting on Arnelings. The party did get more lore, like expanded
Okay.
knowledge about the world.
Mm-hmm.
No cool loot, no dangerous encounter. Did something that helps the City of Hope. I'd say at least for now, not really. At least not something that would count for this question.
No, you're right. Nothing was directly accomplished. It was more like information.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
interact with another Bastion of Light and their citizens. Because I remember specifically, I didn't give you point for that last time because I kept it for this session.
Yeah. Oh, as a like little downtime objective, Pastor's probably gonna bring the whole prismatic effect to like craftsmen in the city to like slowly replace some
Alright.
of the lights. So that way they
Yes.
have that greater shed of light going on.
Yeah, also like more longer term project.
Yep.
Not a single
like a-
thing.
Just slowly replacing like the outer glass or like putting glass around the like bulbs of light we have.
Okay. Did the party assist one of its social links? I'd say no.
I don't think we did much of assisting.
Yeah.
So.
I think we developed gaining new social links, but that isn't even a question.
Was there a dynamic character moment? Was there a canon event? So more like a party social RP question.
No, I don't think.
You now know where Raikomo is, but that's not really big information.
Not yet. I don't think we've had that yet.
Yeah, I might have considered the tea talk, but I don't think it was that big.
That's fair.
No, it wasn't. I think it'll be bigger when it's brought forth to the party, but only then.
Alright. Right. Okay. Small step forward. You remain at level 14. Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you for participating in this session. I hopefully will see you next week.
Thank you for hosting.